Welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Hope you're all staying warm. It's been kind of chilly. Today it's not so bad out. It's like 60 degrees today, but it's going to be like 35 tonight. Go figure. Anyway, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about planting tomatoes indoors to get ready for the gardening season. So let's get to it. First of all, I picked up one of these cool photo picture containers to put all my seeds in. So today, tomatoes, and we're going to do 9 types of tomatoes this year in the garden. Last year I did 3. Last year I did Candyland tomatoes, which are very, very small. They're very good, but they're very small. Last year I also did early girl tomatoes where I saved the seeds, so we're going to do those again this year. We did sun gold cherry tomatoes, which were very, very good. We're going to do those again this year. We're going to do giant pink Belgium, bloody butcher, Gardener's Delight cherry tomatoes, San Marzanos for some sauce and paste, Mr. Stripeys. This is a Burpee garden sown ground tomato. Those should be really good. And then I got these. I tried these last year. They didn't come up. I'm going to try them again this year. And if it doesn't work, I'm just going to chuck these. So those are the tomatoes that we are going to do this year. What we're going to do today is I'm going to plant two of each. We're going to get them started. It's not warm enough out yet, but I need to get them started so that way in a month from now when we get our last frost, I'll be able to put them outside right after that. Or in the new greenhouse that I got that I did a video on, so check that out. Once again, welcome to the channel, and we are going to get started. So I've already put together some soil. So what I did was I got together some raised bed soil, some compost, some bone meal, and some vermiculite is what I have in this mix. So the bone meal is going to help with nitrogen and get the seed started, along with the compost. And the vermiculite is also very good for the plants, but it also makes sure that the dirt doesn't bunch up, right? It lets the water go through it and get to all the seeds and the roots and everything else. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take a minute here and I'm going to start filling all these up. All right, there we go. So we got 18 starters that we're starting out. Remember I said I got 9 different types of tomatoes and I'm doing 2 of each. So I got them all set up. I know the lighting in here isn't all that great. Try and open that a little bit, but so I got the dirt in here now, the compost, the bone meal, the vermiculite, all of that stuff. So I'm gonna water this stuff in a little bit. I haven't put the seeds in yet, but I'm just gonna water some stuff in. Get the sand moist. And what I'm using here is filtered water. I'm not using it out of the faucet because there's chlorine and lead and all kinds of stuff in there. So I'm using filtered water to start these things out. Filtered water, if you go back, you can check out my filter that I got. It's a SimPure filter. Check that out. It's on one of my old videos. All right. start seeding. I'm going to drop in the seeds. So I have my little labels that I'm going to use. This should be plenty. All right, so we're going to start out with the Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. These are so good. They're probably about that big, as big as a quarter or so, something like that. So we're going to drop these in. They only need to be about a 1/4 inch. And what I'm going to do, because I have extra seeds, is I'm going to drop 2 in each hole. Just to make sure. One of them should sprout. Okay, so that's the Sun Golds. And I'm going to write these on here. And what I'm doing is I'm using a cookie sheet. I bought some trays for these to go in, but they got holes in the bottom. I thought they were just trays where you'd be able to put water down the bottom and water from the underside, but they don't. They got holes, so I'm using a cookie sheet. So that's what you see me doing here. All right, next is the Early Girl tomatoes. Again, I planted these last year, had great success with these. Early Girl, fantastic tomatoes. They were so good on sandwiches, and made some like turkey, some turkey breasts on toast with tomatoes, and they were so good. All right, once again, if you can see that, those are the tomatoes, not that dirt piece. Just real small, 2 in each hole. I saved enough seeds from last year that I can do that. Okay, so put them in, cover them up. All right, next we got the Brandywine red yellow blend. Again, these didn't come up for me last year. I mean, the plants came up, but they didn't really have any tomatoes on them. So I'm gonna try them again this year, see what happens. So if you look at these, right, it said a red yellow blend. So if you see the seeds, I got 2 red, 2 yellow. So I'm going to plant the reds together and the yellows together. All right, next we got the Burpee Garden Sown Groundswell Hybrid. These are big beefsteak tomatoes. They could be 1 pound each, and they harvest in about 70 days. So in the off season, I got most of my seeds through Burpee, but I think I'm going to switch over to MI Gardener. Much cheaper, and they're all heirlooms, so it should be okay. It's good to stay organized if you can, so I'm just planting them and then moving them to the back. Next is Mr. Stripey. These again are over £1 each in 80 days after transplanting. So we're looking at 80 days. I'm planting them now. I'll transplant them in a month, you know, and then we're looking at almost 3 months. So we should be good by end of June, early July-ish. Two seeds in each. Drop them in, cover them up. All right, so that was the Mr. Stripey's. Next is the San Marzanos. For sauces, canning, drying, 80 days after transplant. So if you go to Burpee and get your seeds, they come in these packets. This one has 75 seeds, heirlooms, and it was like $6. So these are the San Marzanos. This is what we want to make some sauce and stuff with. Next, we got the Gardener's Delight. These are cherry tomatoes. They come in clusters of 6 to 12, bright red, and harvest is about 65 days after transplant. Next is Bloody Butcher. These are plants yield 5 to 9 2-inch fruits per cluster, about 55 days after transplant. Now, because I'm in zone 8B, most of these I should be able to harvest up until September, end of September, which is about how I did this last season. And last, we got the giant pink Belgian tomatoes. These fruits average between 16 and 32 ounces each, and they're good 88 days after transplanting. Now, if you look at back at one of my videos, I tried these last year, and I think I planted them too late. I planted them at the end of July. So by the time they grew and things like that, I did get some green ones. They were probably about this big. But it just got too cold, and they didn't ripen. These are the ones, if you look at one of my videos, I tried to bring in and put them in a paper bag to get them to ripen in the bag, but just didn't work. So I'm gonna try these again. These should be okay. I mean, they're heirlooms, so if I plant them early this year, we should be okay. Whoa. Be careful when you're taking these seeds out. Those almost went all over the place. All right, so there you have it. 9 different types of tomatoes, 2 tomatoes each in each starter. And in the beginning, you saw me, when I put the dirt in, I watered it down just so it would just kind of compact together a little bit better and make room for the seed and hold it in place and things like that. So what I'm going to do now, remember I had it on the cookie sheet. I'm going to load up the cookie sheet with some water. So that way now the dirt and the soil pull the water up from the cookie sheet and help the seed germinate. So that's the plan. And that's what we're doing. That's what we got going on. I appreciate you all stopping in. Give a subscribe, give a like, pass it around. I appreciate you. Thank you all again for stopping in. Thank you for the subs that I have so far. This is year 2 of gardening for me. Last year was my very first season. So I'm learning a lot of things. If you see something that could help me out, something that I did wrong, please put it down in the comments. Love all the comments. I try to get to all of them. Once again, thank you all so much for coming in. Take care of each other. Stay warm, stay safe. We might get some snow here next week. So that's why I'm doing it inside, and hopefully in a month I can put them all in the garden and we'll go from there. So have a great rest of your week. Come back. My next video is going to be peppers. So come back, check that out. Be good to each other.